Good morning, Facebook Live, ChiroSecure audience. It is a grateful moment for me to be back with you February 2026. And I want to say the one thing that makes the power of chiropractic is how we treat our patients. And this particular PowerPoint presentation that I want to share with you is really about how do we make progress? How do we make progress together and then individually? And that is why this F4CP update is going to be about the impact we made in 2025. So, going to, as always, our sponsors. And one of the things I want you to recognize is what are the sponsors that you have in your office right now? Do you have ChiroSecure? And if you don't, why not? Ask yourself on some of these sponsors that are coming out and doing the right thing for the right reason. They're doing it because they're with the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress and they're making a difference with us. And I'm hoping that you'll take a look at one of these sponsors or maybe two. And every time I talk, maybe think about, you know what? I don't know much about Quartermaster. What do they do? And then you find out more, and they're all about chiropractic. So they're in your court, they're with you, and I'm hoping that you will start to utilize them. Now, as we move through, today is kind of like the president's the progress that he makes at the beginning of the year. They give that important aspect to what are we doing? What have we done? And then how is 2026 going to be different? That report that you see on the right side, that's not a mistake. That's in a visionary moment that what is our impact report going to be for 2026? If I show you what happened in 2025, and as you sit there in your office with your staff, think of the impact you've made and why that was so important. And as you know, for years now, chiropractic has had extraordinary clinical outcomes but limited public understanding. So, what the foundation has proven last year, which is why I want to go through this impact report, it's very simple. When chiropractic is professionally marketed, clearly explained, and strategically positioned, the public responds. And I'm going to show you how they responded. And this year, they responded at scale in 2025. So this year, we want to amplify that. So, we're going to go through some of the highlights the nationwide movie theaters, the launch of the adjusted reality, the New York Fashion Week, our record breaking media. I've been doing this now for 10 years. This is my decade anniversary. Yes, thank you. Happy anniversary. And I want you to know that we're growing together and we're responding at scale. And we want to keep amplifying that particular movement. So, as we move through, I want to start with something that's very powerful. What happened in 2025 with ChiroThon? Don't remember what ChiroThon is? That's not a problem. It really is the Jerry Lewis telethon years. It's being able to have a mission, and our mission is real, on what the people out there need to come to grips with when they think about their life and their lifestyle and their activities of daily living, and how we get into their lives. What conversations are we going to have? Well, this year it was extraordinary, and it was coordinated and associated with the New Jersey Chiropractic Association. And I want to just remind you where we have been. In that collaboration, when we first started ChiroThon, it was not easy to bring the attention to what we wanted to start. But thank you to Ellen Weinstein and coming on this journey with us. We had this year 322,000 viewers. And we were asking for small donations to help us really raise the understanding of the benefits of chiropractic care because people are hurting all over the world, particularly in the United States. Chronic pain has gone up 21%. We have an epidemic of anxiety and depression. We have very extraordinary circumstances when it comes to diabetes and hypertension and heart attacks and stroke and all the things that we can prevent together. And that's why this was such an incredible moment. We had 13 educational vignettes that really made a difference. And this is the amplification. This is the organized messaging that had to happen to make this 2025 ChiroThon so powerful. So what actually happened? We had a magnificent moment really happen. And that moment happened through our 300,000 visitors that came in. And it became a moment of reflection. Look at those numbers. Those numbers are extraordinary. And they actually do have a moment of reflection. $760,000 has been raised since the beginning of our ChiroThon. Sorry, 760,000 viewers have come in during our ChiroThon. That's a magnificent moment. And it shows that we're winning the hearts and minds and the educational moments that actually come in to our lives. So as we move through and we start talking about what else have we done? Well, it's now about what are we going to do? And the one thing for 2026 that I want you to wrap your head around is FIFA is going to be a very, very big global movement. Everybody is already getting excited across America. For the first time, FIFA is going to be featured in the United States of America in a way it has never been before. And it is, in fact, forecasted to have this monumental highest viewership ever. Now, you saw the Olympics and how that was. You saw the how the opening event with the presentation that really rocked the world. It was the highest watched ever. And I think what we need to recognize now is people want to collaborate. They want to come together. They want to have a vision for the future. And I would like to say with FIFA coming through, it is a moment where aligning chiropractic with global sports, performance, and how we build our players with resilience and momentum. This positioning changes perception. It actually moves chiropractic from the reactive pain care, where a lot of us have really been in because the patients don't know any better, so they don't do better. When a patient knows better, they can choose to do better. And you know that. So, we're going to kick it off in Kansas City with our Cleveland University, and we're going to make it a very fun event. And the only question I have, will you be there with us? Will you be there to see the excitement? Will you be part of a watch party? Will you be part of moving and the energy forward? Can you help us in your practice, in your community? Showcase that chiropractic is in everyday conversations. It is about optimizing performance and aligning with longevity. Because as we know, if we don't take care of our lifestyle choices, they'll take care of us. And life is very, very short. We want to live it really well. And we want to be out of pain. We want to be really enjoying life. That's what we're here on earth to do. And that's what I hope each and every one of you are doing. And in this fact, enjoying life means when was the last time you went to the movies? Well, I'll tell you, I was at the movies a lot in the last part of 2025. And that's where we had a nationwide movie theater campaign. Think about the strategy behind this. Families, students, athletes, professionals, all coming to the movie theaters. I had fantastic interactions with people and state associations. We showed up in 70 theaters across 10 states from November to January. So, yes, I went to the movies and I saw the beauty. I saw tears. I saw laughter. One of the tears was in the top corner. There is a picture, and you'll see there's a little this petite 86-year-old woman. Her name is Sophie. And I was in Brooklyn, and she has a little hat on there, and you'll see her, and her husband's got, or sorry, her son has the book opened on the right. And Sophie said to me with tears in her eyes, I lost my husband early in life, and I recognized how important it was for me to take care of my health. My son called me down. She walked 6 blocks at 86 years old, and it was snowing, and it was really cold out to come and see me get a copy and share her story. And I will tell you, it is hand to hand combat with getting chiropractic messaging out. It means you have to touch their hands, you have to touch their hearts, and you need them to know better. And that's why this was such an important meeting. This being in the films, they see chiropractic. They don't see the fringe side of what people who have negatively impacted our profession see. It's not an option. Chiropractic is not an option. It's modern, relevant, and proactive care. And as we positioned it, it's that kind of visibility that brings familiarity. And familiarity actually brings trust. And that is how we bring New York Fashion Week in. In 2025, what an epic moment we had. We went here, there, and everywhere. We're a man on the street. We talked to everybody about what's going on in their life. How does their posture matter? Because it really does matter. When you show up with good posture, with good presence, you perform better in every aspect of your life. And that's about alignment. And these are not just clinical concepts, they're cultural concepts. When chiropractic appears at the New York Fashion Week, $1 billion industry, $1 billion globally on the ground that happens during New York Fashion Week, everybody's there. You've got financiers, you've got bankers, you've got technology people. Everybody's out there to have fun and do it in a way that makes sense. Alignment is strength, confidence, and leadership. That's what makes this profession so important to share with them. It's everyday moments to bring into their household. And as we go further into their households, I want you to remember that this is about earned media as well. This is influence without buying ads. 11 million user visibilities just on this one ad, Forbes, wellness stacking. On the uptick, 4 tips to ensure you stay healthy. If you're not sharing these articles with your community, ask yourself why. As I spoke to Dr. Sherry McAllister, yes, the author of Adjusted Reality, she told me that wellness stacking has a distinctive uptick in the past few years as consumers ask better questions about how to prevent and optimize their whole being. That is us. This is all about you. I don't get anything from this. It is every doctor in practice that is really benefiting. Now, listen, go to Hello, the worst habits for back pain, according to a chiropractor. That, my friends, is really about the 4 million user visibilities. Now, this is earned media. This is influence without buying ads. Think about what you do. And then you go into the hello ad, the worst habits for your back, according to a chiropractor. Yes, that's you. Everyday conversations. Now you move into Huffington Post. The weight of a heavy coat can actually change your biomechanics. Don't believe it? Ask a woman who's suffering with back pain already that puts on a heavy wool coat that is already forward into a forward posture and then has a 3-inch heel on and she's trying to get to work. And even make it worse, it's a long full coat in New York City where she can't even get a proper stride in. Ask her if she's doing well with her alignment when she's carrying on her purse that weighs about 4 pounds. Because yes, I've lifted some of these women's purses at New York Fashion Week. Ask if she is in alignment by the end of the day. I will tell you, you already know the answer. 42 million user visibilities on Huffington Post in that particular article. Tell me we're not making a difference. The insurance company, AARP, balance comfort with support. And that's about the mattresses. Sleep hygiene is a real thing and it makes a difference. That's why we went on a lot of the TV segments in 2025, and we're going to blow it out of the water this year. We're going to keep pushing why sleep hygiene and why chiropractic, why alignment, why adjustments, why everyday moments matter with you, for you. It is about you in chiropractic, but you have to come with us on this journey. When chiropractic appears on TV, we're discussing stress physiology, posture, nervous system health, and it elevates our profession in the real time. What does that mean? It means that they're going to start thinking about their lives in the way they never thought about them before. This is exactly why I went on so many podcasts that were not adjusted reality. They were everybody else's podcasts. We talked to experts, athletes, researchers. We were in their infrastructure. We went from Salty Ginger to the Ryan Pyle podcast in Los Angeles, actually Beverly Hills, Los Angeles. We were on the Forbes Authority. We had time with Shelley Irwin in NPR, making a difference. We were with the 100-Year Lifestyle and so many, many more. And they bought the book. And if you haven't bought the book, just go right now to Amazon and start reading some of the reviews. I had a moment last night where I did that, and it's painful because I've seen a lot of hate, probably more than any one chiropractor listening right now, because I'm involved with the profession all the time and I'm in the media, so I get to hear it. I get to hear all of it. But if you go on right now to Amazon, pick a couple of recent ones, like last night I saw a review, and read them. Read what the public is saying, because that's telling you what the future holds. And as I move past and we go into what's really making a difference, well, we had Adjusted Reality podcast. It was recognized in many events. It was recognized during the American Business Awards, where we won an award for Adjusted Reality Podcast. We also won a hospital award, the Sway Health Award 2025. And then, believe it or not, we're not 21 in the 100 best doctor podcasts in the world, according to FeedSpot. You can look it up right now. We're actually 17. We've moved up. So we're gaining progress together. If you haven't listened to Adjusted Reality or shared it with one of your colleagues, friends, staff members, or loved ones, we're missing the ability to get that message out into the world. And it's everywhere all the time, whether it's TV, podcasts, Adjusted Reality podcasts. We're making a difference together when you share. And as they always say to me, sharing is caring. So we're making a difference there. How much of a difference? Well, I'm sharing with you this week's big news. This is the Global Marketing Award for 2026. It is called GHP, and that stands for the Global Health and Pharma Magazine. I said it. We won an award where pharmaceuticals are involved, but it's holistic health, the award that we won. It recognizes outstanding individuals and organizations advancing holistic and integrative health with an international reach. It's a global award. They honor innovation, impact, and leadership across wellness, practice, and product development, reflecting holistic health's growing role in shaping the future of healthcare. We won the 2026 award that will be shared at Parker. And yes, you got it here first, the most innovative global marketing agency, period, in the USA. They gave one in the USA. And so if you're not with us, who are you with? Because we're making progress on a global impact. That's why I'm going to leave it with a couple of thoughts. You know that Adjusted Reality is a book. You know that it's changing lives. Now, this powerful educational tool is with you right now. Forbes Books publication. Amazon #1 bestseller in 3 categories. Barnes & Noble's bestseller. #2 in medicine and nursing. Now you're going to find out that we're going to be honored with an award in April. And it's a very important award. And I'm going to share it with you when the time comes. Just know this, we're making an impact. This book explains chiropractic in language the public gets. It bridges science and stories, nervous system and lifestyle, performance and prevention. It answers the questions that patients don't even know how to ask you. Are you sharing it? The book, well, the book has traveled. The book, I just got back from Switzerland. I'll tell you, the book is making a difference around the globe. It is sharing and caring about you. It is the why, not the how. Why see a chiropractor? Because the one thing I want you to know is you're the how. When people understand chiropractic through story and science, resistance drops. Understanding replaces skepticism, and that's what I've seen time and time again. This is Dr. Cheryl, Dr. Christian Cheryl. I had mentioned to you many times I want to see his face. He's our gold standard. Not only did he send it to his principal at one of the high schools, they asked him if he would do an adjusted reality course. I said, an adjusted reality course. We're going to provide him with all the books for the students. He's going to teach the class on what chiropractic is from a lifestyle, the 7 pillars. These are the students. These are the moments that we can reflect on. And that brings me to the last part. Can you walk with me in a journey that only you can take? And that is, we know how chiropractic is. Now here is where we move from awareness to action. One book informs one person. I'm only one person. I'm shaking their hand. I'm asking them to buy. Can you help me? If you get a bundle out, a book bundle buy, you can see 10. You get a Reality 10 coupon in there for 50% off. It informs a community. This is not about inventory. This is, in fact, about influence when we can move the needle together. Yes, we want you to purchase a book bundle buy, but why? Because the more they know, the better they'll do. And when you equip your waiting room or you give it to a community leader, maybe it's the mayor of your city or town, when you give it to a local school administrator like Dr. Christian, When you give it to a business owner, like I did with one of our policyholders, when you give it to an insurance company or a policymaker, maybe it's a legislator that you're trying to show chiropractic is so important, 197 research articles in it, then we're going to scale. You give one-to-one patient who needs the language to explain what you do, and it transforms their reality. Education scales trust, and this is the year of impact. Trust will scale utilization, and that's what we need. More people using chiropractic. Utilization strengthens this entire profession. So here's the reality, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If we want chiropractic to grow, we must invest in public education. No one else is coming to do this for us. No one's coming to our rescue. The foundation has built the platform. The media reach is now being established. You saw it. I shared it with you. The credibility is being validated. I spoke in Switzerland to, I'm just grabbing his card right now, the CEO and founder of the world's brain mapping and therapeutics, because he understands how important the nervous system is. And so do we. You know, the credibility we have is being validated and the words are being earned. Now we need the distribution. So today I'm asking you to commit. Can you commit to at least one book bundle? Not someday, not, oh, I'll think about it, not, oh, maybe next quarter. Today. Make the decision that you will be a distributor of chiropractic literacy. If every person here that's listening today buys one bundle, we exponentially increase awareness in the next 30 days. Our Amazon ratings go up. They have 1 billion people on their platform. The higher we go in our ratings, the higher the number of people that understand chiropractic. That's measurable. That's strategic. We need to lead. We have proven we can win. All we need to do is scale. Purchase your book bundle today. Empower your community. Elevate this entire profession, because we know more than anyone else. The more they love chiropractic, the more they'll love their families, the more they'll advocate for us. When you're feeling good, you do better. That's an adjusted reality. That's starting right now. In that, my dear friends, my ChiroSecure listeners who've been with me for the past many, many years, I ask you today, if you're willing to invest, how much of an impact can we have? Can you call your best friend chiropractor today and say, let's really push hard. This is 2026. Let's get the global impact that we deserve. Come with us on this wild ride. I promise you it will be worth it. We'll see you in March to tell you more.